Hi, everybody. This is Natalie. I'm a wellness advocate on the Transformation Essentials Tribe, and today I'm participating in the Drops of Love educational series, and I'm going to be speaking about Ylang Ylang in the pretty blue label. Um, I think today is an absolutely perfect day to talk about Ylang Ylang, simply because it's such a beautiful, warm, sunny, breezy summer day. And what Ylang Ylang is actually is a flower. It's a tropical flower growing on tropical trees in various different tropical countries all over the world. So, in the early 1800s, many different French perfumers brought the Ylang Ylang flower into Madagascar. And today, some of the best Ylang Ylang in the world is from Madagascar. So keeping with doTERRA tradition, the company is going to 46 different countries around the world, and their goal is always to harvest the plants of the highest quality. So they travel, and in this case, they've settled in Madagascar to use the flowers that have been established there. So Ylang Ylang is a scent that has been used by perfumers historically, going back years and years, and it's also a perfume or a scent that is used in a lot of essential oil blends. It's very, very, very versatile. It's considered a middle note, so it will there will be scents that will dissipate quicker than it will, but being a middle note, there's also scents that'll last longer than Ylang Ylang will. It's interesting because there are several different sort of grades of Ylang Ylang. We have step 1, 2, 3, then an extra and a complete. And these different qualities or grades of Ylang Ylang, they are figured on what stage of the distillation process that the oil is being extracted. So some perfumers and oil companies like the earlier stages, but you know when you're getting the doTERRA Ylang Ylang that they wait until the complete stage, so that it's gone through the entire distillation process, and you are getting all of the aromatic compounds and molecules, the complete version, and in its holistic form. So whenever we're taking anything in its complete and holistic form, it's going to be a lot more valuable for us. Some of the different blends that Ylang Ylang is in for doTERRA, it's in our Serenity blend, it's in Tune, it is in Elevation, and what's the last one? Clary Calm. It's also in Clary Calm. So it's a very versatile oil. Ylang Ylang is very much about the heart, so both physical and emotional aspects of the heart. I'm going to talk about emotional first, and then I'll look at physical. So Ylang Ylang, if you want to look at it in terms of how it eases us, we could say that Ylang Ylang is a great oil to reach for if you are feeling a little bit angry or tense, stressed out, or anxious. Anxiety, it's all that is fear of the unknown, fear of the future. So if you've got any of those things going on, then Ylang Ylang is a good oil that'll ease that. So if you find that you're crying too much or you're crying too often, if you find that you're feeling very heavy, Ylang Ylang is a good oil to reach for. If I were to say that another way, Ylang Ylang is the oil of buoyancy. It's the oil of joy, the oil of spontaneity, the oil of childlikeness. It is frisky. It's the oil of being frisky. So, it's easy to see how such an oil helps to get you through any moments of tension and anxiety, because you just can't feel tense and feel buoyant at the same time. So wonderful oil for alleviating that. Now this is going to bring me to a little personal story that I have here. Ylang Ylang was one of my big main players when I first started with essential oils. It was one of the first ones that I really fell in love with. One of the first ones that I really fell in love with. Because a lot of you know my story. I have an autoimmune condition that I have been working with the doTERRA products, and they've been incredibly helpful. And Ylang Ylang was the first one that I noticed having an immediate, like, oh my gosh, that was instant experience. And what I would do is, because when you have Crohn's or any type of autoimmune condition, there's a lot of anxious moments that go along with that. I'm not going to elaborate on that. You can imagine what those anxious moments would be for anybody who's facing something that's chronic. And so, you know, Ylang Ylang, my goodness, I didn't leave home without it. And I would find that if I was having any type of anxious moments, you know, off would come the lid, take a little bit, wipe it under my nose, rub your hands together, inhale it, put a little bit on the back of your neck, a little bit over your heart. So calming, so incredible calming. And it really was I really didn't leave home without it. It was great for me. Ylang Ylang, if you want to couple it with another oil to sort of enhance its abilities to ease the tension and stress in your life, it pairs very well with bergamot and frankincense. Those would be good two pairing combinations. Okay, so let's talk also a little bit about Ylang Ylang and its ability to help the heart on a physical plane. So Ylang Ylang is really good for any type of heart palpitations. If your heart is beating too quickly, or if it's beating abnormally, anything that's going on with the heart there, Ylang Ylang does help to sort of calm that down and ease it. And you would want to put the Ylang Ylang on the bottom of your feet. You could put it directly over your heart. You could cup it and inhale it. You could diffuse it, any of those things. Really, you know, people get a little caught up with how to use your oils, and that is obviously important, but just the more important thing is to use them. Open the bottle, experience the oils. Doesn't matter how you use them, they're going to affect you positively. So reach for that oil, get it on the feet, the hands, inhale it, put it over your heart. And it helps to ease those issues with the heart and heart palpitations. High blood pressure, it's been known to help for that. Now that you want to do something a little bit more internal, so you might put that in a capsule or put it under your tongue. Let me see, what else did I write down? You could put it on a bit across your forehead and some behind your ears, and of course, again, on the heart. It's good for that. Another fun fact about Ylang Ylang is that it has very traditionally been used as an aphrodisiac. So historically in the East Indian culture, they would take the pretty little yellow flowers and they would decorate the wedding chambers and the wedding bed. And that was intended to support or enhance the romantic encounter for the wedding couple. So we can use Ylang Ylang we could go to Madagascar, or we could take our Ylang Ylang essential oil and mix it with the carrier, and you can rub it on your abdomen. You can put it on your pulse points. That would be on your wrists, your temples, behind your ears, on your pulse points. Diffuse it, and all of those things too can help us with any romantic encounters. You can make a fun and playful massage oil. So if you want to take your Ylang Ylang and say 2 drops of Ylang Ylang, 2 drops geranium, 2 drops wild orange, and 2 drops of patchouli, would make a really nice calming and setting the mood type of massage oil that you could use with your partner. A couple of quick facts before I close. Ylang Ylang is also really good for oily skin. So if you want to see if you can work with that a little bit, you can put a little bit in a capsule and take it internally for oily skin. It's also good for hair loss. So if you want to take it in a carrier oil and massage it into the head, I would probably do that at night before bedtime and leave it on for the duration of the evening and wash it out the next day with a natural shampoo. Ylang Ylang has a antispasmodic effect. So I don't know, maybe that's one of the reasons why I liked it as a calming agent, but it is very good for antispasmodic purposes. And it's also a sedative. So if you are struggling with sleep, doterra has a ton of wonderful sleep products. Um, but Ylang Ylang can be part of that package. So we're all a little different. If you haven't tried Ylang Ylang to help you rest at night yet, you might want to put a little bit of that on your bottom of feet or include that in your diffuser. It's really good for that as well. So I hope you enjoy the nice, hot, beautiful summer day. And although we cannot pick these flowers and put them in our hair like the ladies in the tropical countries do, we can use our oil. Thank you very much for listening. Have a wonderful day.